What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome me back to more Let's Play Pokemon Wide. In the last episode, we entered the giant chasm, explored its depths, grabbed its items, and we caught the legendary Kyurem. In this episode, we are going to be exploring Route 12 as we continue to head west from Lacunosa Town, and we got a whole lot of trainers to do battle with out here. But as we do so, I need to go over the new Pokemon that can be found in this area. This is actually one of the last places, I believe it's the second to last place in the entire game that we're going to be running into new Pokemon in. And here you can find Cherim, Combee, Dunsparce, Heracross. In black version, you can find Kakuna, and in white version, you can find Metapod, as well as Pinsir, Rapidash, and Sunkern. Beedrill can only be found in Rustling Grass in black version only, and Butterfree can only be found in Rustling Grass in white version only. Sunflora can also be found in Rustling Grass, and so can Vespiquen. So like I said in the last episode at the very end, lots of bug types out in this area, so get used to that. This is actually why I'm using this opportunity to level up Naz, even though I actually have a couple Pokemon that are really good against bug types. Naz does need experience a little bit more than everyone else. I mean, I think my other lowest is Bathory right now, and she doesn't have any specialties out here, so really, what's the point? Okay, can we stop getting flinched and having unlucky shots with our Air Slash and whatnot? I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. And I do have a rare candy in my back pocket. I know that. I'm still debating on where I want to use it, though. I'm honestly, like, I mean, the higher the level, the better, honestly. I think I might just do some farming and then just use it at the very end to top somebody off. Here's my plan. Whatever level we stop at, which is going to be only in a couple areas from now, my plan is to level up everyone 5 levels past that point, and there is where I'm going to tackle the Pokemon League. I feel like that's pretty reasonable. I don't feel like that's too much of a dick move, and apparently I didn't actually use a Max Repel going in here. I don't know why. You know what? I'll just Air Slash this thing just to take it out and get the experience for it. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty reasonable because that's still going to put me, 5 to 10 levels below all of the Pokemon we're going to be fighting at the Pokemon League, as well as Cynthia's Pokemon. So yeah, and Morimoto's as well. That's another thing we need to go back and do. I keep forgetting about him. We'll do that in due time. Don't you worry. We still have quite a few episodes of Pokemon left before we get to that point. But we're getting close, guys. This Let's Play is nearly done. There's a little revive. I'll take that. Let me actually pull out the dowsing machine as I head through here, because you never know what you're going to find out this way. Let's see. It is directly above me. We got a tiny mushroom. Doesn't surprise me. You're going to probably find a lot of those out here, and especially out here in the flower patches. As we continue to battle more trainers. Another one. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There we go. Big mushroom this time. Collected a lot of these. I know I have a lot of extra tiny mushrooms at this point. Let's battle this guy. I was checking for Pokemon around here just now, but I'm also interested in you. Oh, you know what? That's actually another thing I could do, because I am recording this on a new day. I could go back and battle Charon and get some more extra experience out of that as well. That would be a pretty good idea. I don't know why I'm even tossing this out there. There's just so many options for doing that, and I don't want to just spend all my time on Dino farming, because that's boring and mindless. Especially this late in the game, I don't really like doing it. This is the point of the game where it's like, okay, I think I've had my fill. I would like to just battle trainers and do that over and over again, because it's much more cost-effective at this point. Aldino farming is great for the main game. Once you get into the post-game, it's something I generally try to avoid. All right, Air Slash. Let's take this thing out in one shot, please, even though it is pretty powerful. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Beedrill doesn't have the greatest defenses. Anyway, and last is Kakuna. Okay, so I'm assuming there's going to be another trainer out here throwing out Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree at some point. Possibly. I mean, granted, they are version exclusive, although this is the black version exclusive, so are they just taunting me that I can't get these Pokemon? I wonder if that's the case. Naz hits level 63, and there we go. All right. So now, grab this item. We got this lady up here. There's what I was looking for. TM53 Energy Ball. Okay, let's pause everything here for a moment. This TM right here, we're going to scroll down, and I'm actually going to use my stylus to pull all this down really fast. Let's see. There you are. Okay, TM53 Energy Ball. Base power of 80, accuracy of 100, special attack that may also lower the target's special defense. I've got a couple of Pokemon that can learn this move, not just Arthur. In fact, I have 4. Wow, Lumiette can learn it too? That's actually surprising. Did not realize that, but Energy Ball is an incredibly versatile move that a lot of Pokemon that aren't grass types are able to get their hands on. In fact, that is so unbelievably tempting on Naz. I actually might, because I haven't really been using Calm Mind too much lately. The problem with Calm Mind is I don't like that it's strictly special defense only, but, you know... Okay, let's just focus here. Let's focus here. No, the Pokemon that I want to teach this to is actually... Yeah, activate it again. Is actually Shelob. Yes, indeed. This is what I'm going to be getting rid of Flash for. I was waiting until we got our hands on this, but now she has a Grass-type move to add to her repertoire. That's pretty nice. I'm actually tempted to use it on maybe Lumiette or Naz as well. One of them should probably keep the Calm Mind, but the other could probably get rid of it. I'll think about it in due time. But like I said, I'm going to be changing their movesets up just a little bit more before we head on into the Pokemon League, but we'll do that later. For now, we have it on Shelob, and she can hopefully wreck some shop with this thing because it is super nice to have a little grass move as an extra, especially when dealing with the likes of ground and rock types, which she generally struggles with. And given that she's faster than most of them, that's also going to be pretty nice. Okay, we got ghost types out here, and gosh, I love Shuppet. What an amazing Pokemon. So freaking good. Freaking ghost types in Gen 3, man. I mean, there weren't very many of them, but the ones that were there, freaking bangers, bro. They're so good. Okay, Snorunt. So we're going to have a lot of, like, low-stakes Pokemon here. Well, I might as well just take advantage of the Lucky Egg in this instance. Well, you just use Psychic a bunch because I haven't been. And that is going to be hitting the hardest on Naz as it is. Until I get to some Pokemon that aren't going to be doing all that much damage to him. We got Phanpy next. I think do I need to bother with a Calm Mind here? I probably don't. I keep saying that. I keep like going back and forth. Do I use Calm Mind? And I never do. And honestly, I don't really regret never doing it in the first place. Okay, there's a double edge. This will actually hurt a little bit. There we go. Woof. That was actually some pretty good damage. Let's throw a little flash cannon here. Oh, don't you be using Endure, wasting my time. Stupid little elephant. I mean, you're cute. You're a cute elephant, but also you're on thin frickin' ice, mister. Or Missy, excuse me. Didn't look at its gender until I was like, I should have figured because usually the genders of the Pokemon in these games match their trainers, so it makes sense. And there we go. All right, now we got Skitty. All right, we should be able to take this thing out with a Psychic. I don't imagine it's going to be too difficult. I'm sure it's going to try to throw out an Attract, though, which is why I don't want to waste time using Calm Mind. Come on. Yes. Beautiful. Phanpy was the tankiest for some reason. And then we got Cacnea. Okay, this thing's getting the Air Slash treatment because that's actually super effective on you, and it will for sure knock you out. There we go. All right. Little Pokemon breeder, not throwing anything all that difficult at me. And now we may continue. Share the berry with your Pokemon too. Oh, thank you for the berry, lady. Speaking of berries, actually, there's one thing I neglected to point out in Lacunosa Town, but I didn't point it out because I'm not recording this on a Sunday. On Sundays, if you ever go, there's a single house in Lacunosa Town where an executive lives, and he'll give you these pretty rare berries that you can't really find through any other means. Once a day, or I guess once a week, over there. So if you want to go and get your hands on one of those, make sure you go by there on Sunday. I do believe it has to be in the evenings as well, but I could be wrong about that. But he always goes like on a trip or whatever and then comes back for Sunday. So works 6 days a week, comes back for a day. That's definitely Japanese culture. That's not so much American culture, I would say. American culture, it's more just work way too many hours during the 5 days a week that you work and then bitch about it on the 2 days that you're off. Okay, so we got a Swoobat and a... Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'll just use Air Slash on you. 2 Swoobats. Let's go. Let's just focus the one, and then we will switch to the other one after the fact. I think that's a better course of action here. I would much rather have Crush out in this instance, or we could just one-shot it with Dragon Claw. Gosh, Swoobat's an awful Pokemon. It's so just garbage. It really, really is. I cannot believe, like, fully evolved. Like this, okay, I know I was saying before that, what was it, Sunflora is like the weakest fully evolved Pokemon. Swoobat's like right there. It's such a weak Pokemon. It's such a shame, too. Like, all it has is speed, and it doesn't even have that good of a speed stat. It's kind of incredible how bad it is. There we go. All right. So I will take that, and now I will move on from here. And I believe that's actually everything on this route because we're about to head into somewhere new. Route 12. That's the end. Oh, hold on. There was an item down there. Go back, go back, go back. I did miss something. I didn't realize I could get over here. How? Oh, didn't even look. I'm just not paying attention, apparently. Okay, full heal. Now we can go through. Wow, I am apparently very scatterbrained today. Now we can head on in here and head off into the next area, which is known as the Village Bridge. Welcome to what I think is one of the most iconic areas in all of Unova. This is such a cool little place, and there can actually be Pokemon found here, some brand new ones. In this area in particular, we got Bibarel, Seviper, Zangoose. You can find Lapras and Water Ripples, Carvana while fishing, and Sharpedo while fishing in the Water Ripples. Now I'm just going to kind of take us across the bridge so you can just kind of see it for yourself. This is a really cool little location that just kind of overlooks this little lake. It's just beautiful. Like, if there was ever a place in Unova I would want to live, it's here, man. I love this little area. There's obviously things that we can do by going into each of the homes, and we'll do that all in due time. But first things first, now that we've gotten here, there's actually something I want to draw your attention to down this way. And that is none other than the Village Bridge Restaurant. Village sandwiches are our specialty. Welcome. Thank you for making a reservation for a battle. And we're immediately going into a fight because, yes, we're going to be doing some battling here, and we're going up against Baker Chris. All right, lady, let's do this thing. I'm pretty sure that's a lady. Chris, short for Christine. Am I not mistaken? She sure is jolly, but here we go. Let's go with an air slash right off the bat. I love that. Oh, no, it's a dude. It's a dude. Never mind. Why didn't I think it's because of the frickin'... I looked at the gender of the Pokemon. I'm like, oh, that makes sense now because it's not going to throw in Vespiquen, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so it's definitely a guy. Okay, my apologies. He's definitely a guy. That's my bad. I don't know why I immediately was just like, that's a lady. Because it looked like kind of like a jolly old grandma. Was I wrong for thinking that? That's immediately what I went to, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And come on, you know Game Freak's doesn't usually get wishy-washy with the representation like that. Like, they should. They absolutely should do that more. And they did, actually, in later games, but not by Gen 5. That was not a thing until they got to, like, Gen 7, so... All right. Well, there's a little bit of a rest. I guess there was a couple in Gen 6, but for the most part, very unlikely that they threw out characters that were ambiguous. All right, well, one more Dragon Claw ought to do it, and this Ursaring is down. No, don't be using Snore. Oh, is that your whole motif, is that you use the sleepy moves? I mean, it's kind of funny, but no, go away. Snore is not even all that powerful of a move anyway. It's just kind of a last resort when you're still stuck in rest. Would never build around it, though. You are great. I want to hire you. What do you think? Will you work here as a waiter? Sure. That's great. I'm so glad. That said, do you already know what you'll be doing? No. The shop is a special sandwich shop. You'll take orders from customers. Then I'll make sandwich orders to fulfill their orders. You'll serve the sandwiches to the customers who ordered them. Please be careful and don't serve them to the wrong customers. Thank you. I hope you do a great job. Okay. Hello. I'd like a chesterberry sandwich. That's my Pokemon's favorite. Okay, that's a simple one. My Pokemon has gourmet taste. I'd like a persimberry sandwich, please. Okay. What about you? Really hungry today, so a large chesterberry sandwich, please. Okay, and then what about the lady here on the left? Both my Pokemon and I are craving a chestoberry sandwich. So we got 2 chestoberry sandwiches, a large chestoberry sandwich, and a persimberry sandwich. What kind of sandwich does customer number 1 want? That would be chestoberry. What kind of sandwich does number 2? Oh gosh, wait. Is it in the order I asked them, or is it in the order they're set up? That would be persim. Number 3 was chesto and chesto. Okay, hopefully this is correct. And they said large chesto. Sandwiches are ready. Please serve them to correct customers. So the chestoberry, yes. There you go. Munch, munch. Yummy. My Pokemon is also happy. Persim, yes. Okay, so you're happy. What about you? You wanted a large one, right? Okay, that satisfied them. Gobble, gobble, delicious is the highlight of my day. We serve the chestoberry, yes. Very simple one, actually. Open wide, so happy. All right, I think we did it. Let me give you a review. Your work was perfect. The customers seem to be satisfied too. This is a thank you gift. You've worked really hard. Every single day you can come back here to get one of these lumberries if you so desire. That's it for today. I would be happy if you come back again tomorrow and you can do more work to get more lumberries. Now, what does a lumberry do exactly? Well, let's take a look at this thing and go over here. Oh, it's right. There it is. If held by a Pokemon, it recovers from any status problem. So yes, it is basically a full heal in berry form. Very one of a kind, though, as there aren't really many or any other berries of that type to go around in this game, so, or in any Pokemon game for that matter. So pretty nice to have, as most of the other berries function as like antidotes, burn heals, etc., etc. Everything to do nowadays is walking under the bridge. Well, why don't we do that? Researching the village bridge, but taking a break is also important. Oh, we're doing a fight. Okay, cool. I can do that, and then we can call this an episode, I think, after the fight's over. Scientist Shannon, you're going to throw out an Amoonguss. So yes, there are, in fact, some trainers around here that we're going to have to do battle with, and we're going to explore the homes and whatnot. We're going to spend a couple episodes here at the village bridge, which I like, because this is a really cool place. Big fan of it. It actually gets even more interesting in the sequel, so there is that. But it was just a neat idea to begin with for them to actually come up with it. I honestly should have thrown out a Calm Mind before I did that, but oh well. Let's see. Not enough. Spore. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, well, I'm going to bank on it not doing it again, so let's throw out a full heal here really quickly. Or actually, I think I still have Awakenings, don't I? Do I not? No, I do not. Okay, full heal it is then. I have so many freaking options with which to cure it anyway. You got Clear Smog. Well, it's a good thing I didn't use Calm Mind there. Just because the stat changes would have been gone, but we're all right. Let's use another Air Slash. Probably could have just used Flash Cannon there and I would have been good. So down goes Amoonguss. You also might notice that there is no Pokemon Center in this area, something to keep in mind. Not that it's too hard to get back to Lacunosa Town from here. It's also not too hard to get back to Opelucid City going from the other direction, but we still obviously have another route to go through on the way there, and we haven't gone that far yet, so... Let's take out that Seviper. There we go. And next is, oh, Ekans. Well, that's a little bit of a letdown after all of this. I mean, I probably should have just used Psychic on all of them because the Amoonguss is a part poison type, but, well, that's all right. I was hoping to get the flinch, to be honest. And I just never quite got it. Down goes Ekans. And we get level 65 for Naz. Okay, I feel like that's enough for you, buddy. You are done with the Lucky Egg. I'm going to switch on over to Bathory for this last Pokemon here, use an Earthquake on it, and then I'll be sure to give Bathory that Lucky Egg before the next episode starts. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much. Like I said, in the next episode, we're going to be exploring the remainder of the Village Bridge before we start heading back towards Opelucid City and Route 11. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.